guys, Lee Michelle Resistance Chicks coming at you February 16th, 2017.
Russia, Russia, Russia.
Oh my gosh.
Everything is Russia, Russia, Russia. You turn on the news and all you hear is Russia, Russia this, Russia that, Russia, shit, Russia, Ukrainian, Russia.
What I have to say about that is net, ni nada. No, I don't want any. That is Russian for no, I don't want any. And we know that because we went to Russia when we were kids and that is the only phrase that they taught us. No, I don't want any.
I don't want any, and what I don't want any more of is this pile of cow poop that I keep getting from the media. Okay, you guys have to recognize that there is a framework of this crazy Russian interference craziness, and I'm at RT.com, and I want you to hear the other side.
Hello from the other side. I hope you know that Russia tried to give you the real news coming from Resistance Chicks so that you can know the truth from in the United States Hicks. Here we go. All right.
Russia did try. Russia is really, really trying hard. When Obama put those sanctions after anyways, Russia did a really, really good thing about staying calm and invited all of, the ambassador's children to the Kremlin for Christmas.
That was really fun.
Okay, top Russian officials have rejected accusations that Moscow violated an arms control treaty by deploying cruise missiles, saying that the people spreading the rumors were targeting the possible thaw in Russia-U.S. relations.
The possible thaw.
Because I have to tell you, we showed you the little video of Hillary Clinton pressing that stupid plastic reset button.
If you guys didn't see that, you need to go watch
2007 or 2009.
I would like to present you with our little reset button. This is our opportunity to...
You spelled it wrong, woman! You spelled it wrong! That means overcharge!
It was...
But don't worry, we'll make sure that you don't overcharge us.
That's what she says to the guy. She literally says, he says, no, this means overcharge. And she says, oh, but we won't let you do that to us.
They wrote it wrong. How
do you miss?
But anyways,
reset, overcharge.
Hillary Clinton is in bed with a lot of bad dudes in Russia.
You thought Bill got around people in bed.
Well, nobody really wants to go there with Hillary, but they'll go for money. All right. So the Kremlin press secretary Dmitry Peskov said on Tuesday that Russia was observing all its international obligations and that none of its partners had accused Moscow of breaching any treaties. If you watch the press conference, you'll see that they were hitting it. Oh, Russia, what are you going to do? There's like a ship, and it's in the wrong place. And then the missiles, they fired missiles in the air. What are you going to do? And Donald Trump, I'm not going to do anything. And you know what?
He actually didn't say that. He just said, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do or what I'm not going to do.
But he did say, I haven't done anything yet, but I'm not going to tell you if I do. It was really funny.
You need to watch the press conference.
Russia has been and remains committed to its international commitments, including to the treaty in question, Peskov told reporters. Nobody has formally accused Russia of violating the treaty, he says. The comments came after U.S. media reported that unnamed officials in the Trump administration had allegedly accused Moscow of deploying ground-launched cruise missiles in violation of the 1987 Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty. The head of the Russian Upper House Committee for International Relations, Senator Konstantin Koschavy, said on Tuesday that such media leaks were part of a wider, they say with a V, wider information war being waged against Russia and everyone who supported the normalization of the U.S.-Russia relations. We all want normal relations. Putin wants normal relations. Trump wants normal relations. But the people inside the NSA and the little worms and the little CIA people and little Clinton and little Obama people, they don't want normal relations because nothing they do is normal.
Now hang on, because I have an idea here. Here's Michelle's conspiracy theory.
Nothing is normal with
And I'm
them.
going to throw this all out there because this literally just popped into my brain. Now, we all know that the Clintons, they all want war with Russia. Everybody wants war with Russia. These people are just hoping we go to war with Russia. Now, if you go back to the press conference that Trump said, he's like,
nuclear
listen.
warheads, and she's playing chicken.
No, that's
Look,
fine.
Putin, from everything I see, has no respect for this person.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United States.
No puppet.
And it's pretty
you're a
clear.
robot.
It's pretty clear you won't admit
No, you're
that
the
the
puppet.
Russians have engaged in cyber attacks against the United States of America, that you encouraged espionage against
Liar!
our people, that you are willing to spout the Putin line, sign up for his wish list, rake up NATO, do whatever he wants to do.
You are a
and that
witch.
you continue to get help from him
Liar.
because he has a very clear favorite in this race. So I think that this is such an unprecedented situation. We've never had a foreign government trying to interfere in our election. We have 17 intelligence agencies, civilian and military, who have all concluded.
We have 17 military agencies that are in on it.
That these espionage attacks, these cyber attacks, come from the highest levels of the Kremlin, and they are designed to influence our election. I find that deeply disturbing.
I find you deeply
Here's my
disturbing.
point that I was trying to get to. They all want this to happen, and you would ask yourself when Trump says, listen, they have an incredible nuclear program. We have an incredible nuclear program. War with Russia is very bad. Bad, 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 bad. So why would they want it? Okay, here's Michelle's conspiracy theory, and y'all can just take it and chew on it a little bit if you want to. Population control. They just want to blow everybody up. Because listen, we got to get these world numbers down fast. We got too many people, and we're going to blow everybody up. That's Michelle's conspiracy theory for the day.
I think you're probably right about that.
My mom was right. This TV is buzzing.
All right, so
Where's the thing?
I don't know. I don't know what I've been told. I don't know. All right.
Back
He
in
added that, in his opinion, those behind the strategy were sure that the U.S. politicians and the general public must be kept in a state of constant fear from an imagined external threat. I'm telling you what, you think that the New World Order is an imagined external threat, but the whole time the New World Order is putting an imagined external threat into your mind. You don't even realize it, that every time that you hear the word Russian, you got Republican congressmen, Republican senators, you got John McCain. Oh, it's probably Russia. It ain't Russia. Listen to Putin speak. I have watched him speak. The man is full of the Spirit of God. He is turning his country into a Christian country. Go back and listen to our report where we listened to that Alexander Dugan on Alex Jones. These people are trying, they're like, listen, we want to be your friends. Could you just please stop your country from trying to attack us? This is an imagined threat. Let me finish. Earlier this year, Kosavev said that Moscow had no intention of reconsidering its defense treaties with Washington in exchange for the cancellation of Western sanctions. He said that lifting of sanctions had no separate value and would certainly not allow for any sacrifices from Russia in the area of strategic security. The comments came shortly after then President-elect Trump said in an interview with the Times and Bild newspapers that Western sanctions against Russia could be lifted in exchange for an agreement on nuclear disarmament. Now you got this whole Flynn thing and Russian sanction thing, and everything's going crazy right now. Ting, ting, ping, ping.
And we've got Lieutenant Chekhov here to bring you the news from
He
a
died.
galaxy far, far away.
He was so
That's Star
cute.
Wars.
I love Star Trek.
I know.
He was so cute. He died.
He did die, yeah.
He died.
He didn't die in the original. Calm down. This is how we get our accents. Television.
He's died in real life.
Well, okay, yeah.
That's what I meant.
Oh, I thought you meant the character.
No, he's died in real life.
Well, Chekhov was the character.
Right. So here's the thing. There's another one. Russian lawmakers blame U.S. paranoia for Michael Flynn's resignation, and that is exactly true.
Right.
This poor guy, he just got thrown under the bus, hit, beaten. He's got a bloody nose. I don't know. It's just wrong. I mean, you have to see these CIA, NSA guys. You watch the movie Snowden. There are bad hombres inside of some of our intelligence agencies, which actually shouldn't even be under the Constitution. It needs to bother you that I have a piece of tape over my computer and you do it over your phones and things like that because they are listening. They're probably listening right now. They can listen to everything that we do and it should be illegal. But President Bush, part of the New World Order, he's even on things. He's talking about it in videos. New World Order, New World Order. Well, how are they going to do that? They got to control everybody and all the information. Several senior Russian MPs have denied that Russia played any role in the recent resignation of the U.S. President Donald Trump's national security advisor, Michael Flynn, saying that the scandal was a provocation targeting U.S.-Russia relations. And this is so true. I realize that I'm not going to always listen to a propaganda website, but realize that CNN or Fox News or anybody has an angle.
Right.
And this angle, this is the right angle, okay? A state Duma speaker, Volodin, said on Tuesday that he saw no Russian trace in Flynn's resignation. And even you see pretty much everybody across the news media is like, okay, well, there's really nothing wrong there, but we just kind of leaked it because we knew that Trump would be really upset if he found out that, maybe he might not have told the whole truth. And just really, anyways, the state of, the head of state of Duma Committee for International Relations said he has reasons to believe that Trump's former advisor resigned due to external pressure. Under these circumstances, my conclusion is that the real target in this scheme is Russian-American relations and the general trust in the new administration. This situation is a negative signal for arranging Russian-American dialogue. It is obvious that Flynn had to submit his resignation under certain pressure, but President Trump accepted it. The chosen pretext was Flynn's contact with the Russian ambassador, even though this is normal diplomatic practice, he noted. It goes on and on and on.
And if you listen to what Trump had to say about it in the press conference that was super long, he pretty much said, listen, I like the guy. He didn't do anything wrong. Trump laid this out for you guys, and if you're trying to read into it, you don't need to. It's exactly the way he said. What was wrong was the leak, and he had to be fired because of the leak. It wasn't because of anything that he did. I could have ordered him to do it. I would have ordered him to do it. And he did say it was because of what he did or didn't say to Mike Pence. That's really not it. He said what was wrong was the leak.
Stick with this. This is a really important episode because I'm gonna Apple Jones. This is really big. Okay, I got an interview with a top former Democrat representative who.
That sounds really like we really have an interview when you said that.
I have it lined up on the box, okay?
Yeah, they're calling into resistance chicks. Maybe one day we'll get there.
Yeah, so he basically says these leaks are happening and Trump better wake up.
Right.
Trump better wake up. And this is another one. I just hope all of you need to watch this. Warning, this breaking news. He says, hawks in Washington see even simple willingness for dialogue with the Russians as a thought crime.
Do you guys understand the pre-crime movie you saw with Tom Cruise as a thought crime? Meaning,
in the words of
talking
George
about
Orwell
them.
and George Orwell.
Right.
This is a thought crime. And if you mention anybody, like we talked about before, oh, I touched Russia. I touched it. I spoke about it. Now you're a Russian agent. You're a Russian spy. It has become. If you voted for Trump, you're a KKK, you're a Nazi, you're a fascist, You're racist.
At this point, if you watch any movie that has the Kremlin in the background, then you're a Russian spy.
Exactly. To drive a national security advisor into resignation for his contacts with the Russian ambassador, a
Correct
common
contacts.
diplomatic practice is more than paranoia. It is something immeasurably worse. He wrote on his Facebook page. I should check out his Facebook page. What it goes on to say is, it is either Trump has not achieved the sought-after independence and he is being persistently and successfully driven into a corner, or the new administration has been hit with Russophobia from the top down. And I'm hoping
that it's
to
not the
God,
latter.
because in the beginning Trump was like, hey, you know what? We're going to work with Russia. But when you hear something over and over and over again, and they're like, this really got to me when they're like, Trump doesn't want to sit down with the officials, and he doesn't want to be briefed. And it's kind of like, we need to get you in. We need to get Trump's mind. We've got to put the stuff in his
You know what?
head.
You need to show them that face.
You need to put the stuff in your head. Come, listen to me, Russia. Russia's bad. Russia enemy. I saw an interview today on CNN where they're like, what's Trump doing? Talking to our enemies. Russia's our known enemy. Russia is not our stinking enemy. What is wrong with you? You're going to say that about China? China is killing their babies. Mass murder. Okay, China has huge humanity war crimes against their people.
And they have an agenda.
Relations with China.
Well, we have to have relations with China because we're in debt to them. They own our entire
You know
country.
what it is? We don't necessarily need Russia. There's not something there, you know. We need to just be normal global people,
Right.
And let Russia be Russia.
Right. If there's anything that Putin has put out,
Putin. I love Putin.
more
I
than
love that
anything
man.
throughout this election
I get
campaign,
my dog. You keep talking.
is that he was pro-Trump. He is pro-Trump. Everything that Putin is doing in his country reflects what Donald Trump is wanting to do in our country. Actually, Putin's doing even more, and Trump has even said Putin is for his people. Trump has spoken very highly. I did find it disturbing a little bit that Donald Trump was kind of just a little bit standoffish.
He does have a little bit of a.
But it's like Leah
Russia-phobia.
said, when people are speaking into your ear these lies all
Right.
of the time,
Right.
Trump just needs to be able to sit down and talk with Putin and just have. But guess what? That will get leaked too, and he knows that.
Flynn is leaving, but Russia problem stays in Trump's White House. The purging of Flynn was just the first act. Now Trump himself becomes the target.
And that is really true. We've got we read that in a episode that we did yesterday, where it's Kellyanne Conway is going to be next, and all this stuff. Trump, they're trying to get rid of him, and they're just starting picking off his people one by one.
Flynn was purged, not because of some blunder, but because of an ongoing aggressive campaign. The newspapers are calling for Russians out. This is paranoid, and this is a witch hunt.
A witch hunt.
It's a witch hunt.
It's a witch hunt.
It's a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt.
And Trump is what they're really
Yeah.
after. And so if you can get a man who is trying to put together a strong cabinet, which is being blocked at every turn, and you can get people to kind of come in and just pick them all off one by one, then he's going to be left alone, which I'm hoping that Trump is going to wake up to this sooner than later.
To give you a couple ideas, this was back under Obama, where this general says, you know, if you ask for a no-fly zone, you know you're going to go to war with Russia, right?
Syria. What about the option of
Or Syria.
controlling the
Fly
airspace so
zones.
that barrel bombs cannot be dropped?
All the options.
What do you think of that option, sir?
Right now, Senator, for us to control all of the airspace in Syria would require us to go to war against Syria and Russia.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm not prepared to do that.
That's a pretty fundamental decision that certainly I'm not going to make.
Press cancel there. No, you always do that.
I don't know how to do it. I'm
You
sorry.
don't know how to press the cancel
No, I
button.
don't know how to press
As
the
the
cancel
president
button.
is-
Why are people even watching our show if the girl can't even press the cancel button? Oh my gosh.
Anyways, so you've got the General Joseph Dunford saying under Obama, where they were really pushing for, and
They
there
wanted
was
it to
such-
happen before the election because
Do you
then-
guys forget the tension? Everybody kept talking about this is World War III. I mean,
Right.
Trump was even calling Hillary out. You want to go to war? You want World War III? You want bombs dropped? Woman, you are insane. Under Hillary, we would be in World War III. There would be nuclear freaking bombs going off.
They wanted World War III to happen or war with Russia to happen before the election, and then they could have imposed martial law. Then they figured, okay, we didn't get war before the election, but at least we can
Goosebumps,
get Hillary in the
goosebumps.
office. And then
This
Hillary
is
was
for
in the
real,
office.
you
And
guys.
you guys, this is really happening. And they're still trying to push for it, and they realize the only way to make war with Russia happen is to either brainwash Trump, which I don't think that's going to happen, or to get him out.
Do you understand this war in Syria? This is like their big thing. Do you understand that our government went over to Syria and we created ISIS and the Islamic State?
Which is why Obama said not to worry about them, because he knew that he created
We
them.
gave them weapons. The idea was to create destabilization in Syria to continue. Oh, they wanted to jump upon this. They wanted a regime change. They wanted to create chaos. That's why the whole New World Order, this is not a conspiracy. That's why they flooded Europe with migrants, because they want a war. They want you fighting. They want the Muslims. And they're patient. These people are so patient. Because they're led by the devil.
Well, they're so
okay?
patient that Ford, Carnegie, and Rockefeller started this plan in the early 1900s, knowing that it wouldn't be achieved in their lifetime. That's how patient these people are.
They meet together, drink the blood of the sacrificed children, and they make their sacrifices to the devil.
And their God is money.
And their God is money. Yes.
All right, what else do you have for this?
This is a bombshell.
Could be vulnerable to blackmail for his connection to the Russian ambassador. Are you surprised by the resignation? What's your take here?
Well, General Flynn has admitted misleading the vice president, but I think we have to look at this a little bit deeper. A phone call from the incoming director of national security was intercepted, and the contents given to the media. And you have to, and so obviously shared by intelligence officials. Now, what's at the core of this is an effort by some in the intelligence community to upend any positive relationship between the U.S. and Russia. And I tell you, there's a marching band and chowder society out there. There's gold in them there hills. There are people trying to separate the U.S. and Russia so that this military-industrial intel axis can cash in.
So is the bigger issue here, in your view, the fact that this was leaked and somebody inside the White House got this news out to the press? What are you saying?
Well, look, it's an issue, and the general has admitted in his resignation letter that he misled the vice president. That's a bad thing. But the American people have to know that there's a game going on inside the intelligence community where there are those who want to separate the U.S. from Russia in a way that would reignite the Cold War. That's what's at the bottom of.
Did you guys ever see War Game with Matthew Broderick? I wanted to bring up a clip here, right here, because it just reminds me of like we're getting back tick 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 tick.
That's exactly what it's. Yeah, it seems like.
Well, this is like it's early in the morning. It's Valentine's Day, but wake up, America.
Wow.
Congressman, do you think that this fundamentally changes the prospect of a stronger relationship with Russia, or do you think that things can proceed as they have been proceeding, as the president has said he'd like to proceed?
Hey, look, what's going on in the intelligence community with this new president is unprecedented. They're making every effort to upend him. Who knows what the truth is anymore? It's like this is like the electronic version of Mad Magazine, spy versus spy. And so the bottom line is we should not start a Cold War again with Russia.
This
bottom line.
We don't know. Every time the New York Times posted a story, then they retracted a story. The Washington Post, they post a story, then they retract a story, and then they get things out there and they get things in your head.
You know what this is? It's a line that even lawyers do all of the time, right?
Right.
They say something out in front of the jury or whatever, and then objection, and then they say,
jurors, you can't take that into
you must strike
consideration.
that from the record.
Right.
But it's already in their minds. And so
Right.
these people are playing this game where they know that if they put it out there, right, it doesn't matter if they have to print a retraction.
Right.
The American people forked over billions of dollars for the last one and changed the quality of life in this country. There's something wrong going on here in the intelligence community.
So what should Donald Trump do then?
Well, look, first of all, he has to get a hold of his own intelligence apparatus. You know, this isn't a joke. This is a serious matter. If he doesn't get control of where the information's coming from, he'll never know the truth. The American people won't know the truth. And we could be set at war with almost any country. Be very careful is my warning this morning.
Wow.
Congressman, in the age of WikiLeaks and with, access to information across the board, what really can Trump do right now? I mean, if this administration seems like it's in a tough situation in regards to controlling our national security.
Well, wait, it's not just this administration. I want to remind the viewers and all those who are on the panel that in the closing months of the Obama administration, they put together a deal with Russia to create peace in Syria. A few days later, a military strike in Syria killed 100 Syrian soldiers, and that ended the agreement. What happened is, inside the intelligence...
They're callous. They are Hitler. They are the Nazis.
Right.
But it's real, and the American people have to understand a game is being played with the security of our country.
You know, Congressman, people are having so much trouble understanding what it is that they should be paying attention to. There's so much vitriol. There's so much hate throwing out there. And so we're looking at this, and people are, on one hand, saying the administration is in disarray. They don't know what they're doing. Look at how many mistakes they're making. The national security is at risk. We've got people who shouldn't have security clearance having security clearance. People are lying. What should people be focused on? What, like, looking at all of this, you know, what should viewers be taking away right now?
Well, it's going to be very important that the president tells the truth. You know, we'll be celebrating President's Day soon. One of the presidents we're celebrating is George Washington, who, you know, mythically was said never to have lied, that he in fact chopped down that cherry tree. Well, the fact of the matter is we need to make sure the White House is communicating clearly to the American people about what's going on. But the question is the president getting the right information? And are there games being played inside the intelligence community to force American policy in a direction that's different than what the White House wants? We need to have closer ties with Russia. We can't be suckers in this, but we cannot also have certain people playing an agenda that separates us from our aspirations for peace between the two major powers in the world.
So is the bigger issue the fact that he even discussed sanctions with his potential counterpart in Russia, or is the bigger issue that he lied to Vice President-elect Pence?
Well, first of all, news reports this morning indicate that one intel official who's secretly sharing his thoughts with the media said that he never talked about lifting sanctions. Who knows? But the bigger issue is that in this moment, that in a conversation with Vice President Pence, he misled the vice president as to what happened.
It was the cover-up that's worse than the crime. But what you're saying is you're underlining something even bigger, and that is somebody within Trump's White House is trying to sabotage him somehow.
I don't know if it's somebody inside the Trump White House.
Inside our intelligence community.
There's definitely something going on inside the intelligence community to try to undermine this administration. And we better, you know, this isn't about whether you're for or against Donald Trump.
Right.
Hello? This is about whether or not the American people are bystanders in a power play inside the intelligence community, the outcome of which could determine our relationships with Russia and whether or not billions of dollars are going to be spent in a new Cold War.
Well, we know that the head of the CIA was against Donald Trump before he came into office, the former head of the CIA. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton is taking jabs at Flynn's resignation. It started when a former aide of hers tweeted this: "Dear Mike Flynn and Mike Flynn Jr., what goes around comes around." He then included a link for a job opening at Domino's Pizza. It is a reference to General Flynn's son's tweets regarding the Comet Pizza child trafficking conspiracy theory. Hillary Clinton then tweeted herself. Philippe's got his own way of saying things, but he has a point about the real consequences of fake news.
Really, what she just tweeted right there was,
"And we got you hacked. We sunk you, battleship."
Yeah. Like this is the way we deal with you people. That's what she's saying. We will deal with you people with fake. She's using the word fake news. She just means stuff that makes us look bad.
Exactly. So and Flynn has actually called for an investigation of Hillary Clinton. So he was on her top hit list.
A lot of people were asking, can we trust this guy Flynn? Is he a good guy? Oh, sorry, I'm messing with the thing here. Wait for it. Sorry, technical difficulties. There it is. Can we trust this guy Flynn? Is he a good guy? And I have to tell you, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And if Flynn and his son are coming out wanting to investigate Hillary and wanting to investigate Pizzagate, then I'm all for them.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Congressman Kucinich, what do you make of this? Do you think Clinton should be weighing in on this?
Well, look, what happened at Comet Pizza, that whole story was a disgrace. I mean, it really. I'm not going to go over the details because it's really not fit for family television. But I will tell you this: this is a much more serious issue, and the White House, whether you're for Trump or against Trump, the White House is under attack from elements inside the intelligence community, which are trying to elevate tensions between Russia and the United States, and at the bottom of that is money, is an agenda for somebody to cash in on conflict between the U.S. and Russia at any level.
Because all wars are based on money. Cancel button right there. So, you guys, I mean, he really just summed it up, and he just laid it out there, and you guys need to understand, you saw that little D next to his name? Democrat. He is a guy that you can just trust. He has given you it exactly the way that it is. Who cares about, and that's
if that's what he's saying, then it's worse than that.
Exactly. That's what I can appreciate about somebody that's going to say, forget party, let's go bipartisan with the fact that we don't want to go to war with Russia. So if the intelligence, because I know a lot of people out there might be going, hey, yay, whatever it takes to get Trump out of office. Are you really going to say that when Russia starts launching nuclear weapons on your hometown? Whatever it takes to get Trump out of office, that me and my
Russia
family get blown up?
I mean, I have watched so many speeches with Putin, and at first he thought it was silly.
Yeah.
And at first he laughed. And then he's like, well, we'll just get Donald Trump in because Donald Trump can see the truth. Hillary's just making this stuff up.
Right.
And let's just hope that Donald Trump does get elected. Yes, RT did push a pro-Trump agenda.
Right. And I'm just hoping that InfoWars is getting this.
Yeah, they are.
Getting this right, because I know that Trump kind of does listen to InfoWars.
Yeah.
I think he does. It's kind of cool.
Well, no. You don't understand. Trump flipped from, this thing with Flynn, and then when everybody started saying, hey, wait a minute, this is the story.
And he had admitted that, actually. He said, I saw so-and-so said this, and then I thought,
he's learning as he goes, and the thing of it is you want to make sure that he's learning the right things along the way.
Right.
So share this, like this, comment on this, start talking about it with your friends. If anybody says, the way to combat a lie is the truth. Even if anybody around you says, oh, Russia's hacking, Russia's this, just say, no, it's not, it's a ruse. Even if they don't believe you, even if they get an argument, you just say it one time, don't have to argue with them.
Right, walk away.
But just keep telling the truth wherever you go. And I'm going to keep hammering Russia over again because, as I think I told you before, in May 2015, I've been praying and praying and praying, and the words Russia came. I was like, Lord, why do you keep telling me Russia? I just kept praying for Russia.
And at the time, Russia wasn't on the radar of really anybody.
Not in May
as an
2015. Okay, and I just kept praying for Russia, and then it would come and go, and I just keep praying for Russia. The Lord told me to love Russia.
I can corroborate this. She literally was coming to us, and I'm going, where's Russia?
And then back in August and September, when they said the Russian hacked the election, I was like, whoa, God, what were you meaning? And then right now, this whole thing, I
think that somebody's kind of like a bulldog, kind of got a little bite on something, and they're like, wait a minute, hey, this is our way in. And so they're spreading the news. This is the way that we can get rid of Donald Trump, is war with Russia.
Well, they've been setting up war with Russia with this.
I know, but I'm just saying now they're taking it and they're saying, hey, this is how we can get rid of Trump. Right. And have war with Russia. We can do it all in one, and in one time. And the intelligence community is just kind of blowing up now. Trump was a little bit more optimistic because he's like, no, we got our people in there and all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't even know that just sending a couple of guys at the head is going to be able to do much of anything.
I mean, and James Comey, he's I don't trust him.
Prayer. Y'all need to be praying, all right? Because this is really, really serious.
This is real.
All right, so this is Leah Michelle
Recipes.
signing off for Resistance Chicks, where it is not a conspiracy theory if it is the truth, and we don't want to go to war with Russia. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mass Faith 3 and Resistance Chicks, and find us on Facebook where we can interact with you guys there on a daily basis. God bless, and pray, pray, pray.
And next we go to Paris, where the riots are happening.
I was cold.